Hello Flossom. So this will be my first time in doing a voiceover on my videos, and I really hope it turned out just fine. Now as you can tell, I got another package here, and for this time I got my very own Conair Infiniti Pro Rainbow Titanium Flat Iron. And of course, there goes the happy kid, that's me. And together we will try to open it up. Now, just to share with you all, the real reason why we're doing a voiceover right now was because of my failed attempt. I thought all this time that I got the microphone turned on, but it turned out that for almost an hour of talking and doing the video, it was all turned off. So yeah, I was just trying to show you how the box looks like and what the contents are, which you already saw earlier on this video. What's good about this is it has this unusual type of lock, locking mechanism, whatever you call it. So instead of a velcro, it has that it's like a plastic thing that you need to insert a tube on or something like that. Okay, it's the material is made out of plastic, and it does have its buttons on the side. What's great about this is that it has a swivel cord, and as you can tell, it's really lightweight. Here we have the manual. Nothing too precious about it. Of course, we just have to read through it just in case we have any other concerns or questions about the product. But everything else is pretty much, self-explanatory and easy. And oh, the editing was quite fast. Yeah, and well, moving forward, let's try to have a test run of it. I did use, if I'm not mistaken, the lowest heat setting first, especially for my damaged hair, and well, it did turn out well. So let's try it again. Of course, comb your hair, brush through it, use thin, rat tail comb to get it more evened out, and slowly glide through it. What's great about this hair iron is that it's very lightweight. However, if I must say, it does bite, a little bit. I guess because of its floating plates and how it was made, it bites on the top portion. So you might just want to be a little bit more careful where you position your hair strands. Make sure that it's on the at the middle. Yeah, and if I haven't mentioned yet as well earlier, the plug of this is typically what we have here in the Philippines, so you don't need any adapter, which is really cool. Now, this flat iron has 6 heat settings in Fahrenheit, from 285 degrees to 455 degrees Fahrenheit as the highest. So if you're not comfortable with Fahrenheit, you might want to try to Google it up or do a conversion into Celsius. But what I do on my end is I try to always start from the lowest heat setting, and I try to gradually work my way up depending on how much heat do I think my hair could tolerate. But what's good again is that it does have its guide on the manual on which one is intended for which type of hair. This narration actually made me grab the manual. So here are the guidelines for the heat settings: 285 degrees Fahrenheit to 320 degrees Fahrenheit. That's for fine, thin hair. For medium to normal hair, that will be from 355 degrees to 390 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course, for those with coarse or thick hair, that's from 430 degrees Fahrenheit to 455 degrees Fahrenheit. And I don't know, but maybe you cannot see in most of my videos, you might not be able to see the smoke coming out of it because I do have fans left and right because it's really hot in here, but it actually does smoke or have some steam, which is actually a good indicator on how effective the hair iron is and how hot it actually can get. But of course, you might want to really be careful, especially, try not to get yourself burned or try not to overly, do it on your hair as to end up not having it even more damage or whatnot. Yeah, and I just like to apologize if for some parts of the video you might see some pixelation. That is because of my attempt to have it, sped up. But I'm actually using a mobile application on editing this, so it is not as effective as how it is, compared to doing it on the computer with really hardcore editing tools or apps. As I've mentioned earlier, the main downside of this flat iron is that it really bites, especially at the tip portion of the iron. So yeah, eventually after trying it for quite some time, I kind of got a hang out of it. But you just need to really be extra careful as to where you position your hair strands. It's inevitable because it really still can happen, so you just really have to be extra careful if you intend to buy or to use this flat iron. I'm really starting to see the results here, and if I must say, it is really impressive. For this part, as you can tell, my sectioning is not really the best, but we're not really professionals in doing this, so it doesn't really matter. It is what it is. I mean, come on, in real life, at times we don't even use a hairbrush or a comb to do this anymore. We just do it with our hands, and sometimes we just really have to do it real quick, just for a touch up or a quick fix. But hey, again, it does really do well. As you can tell, it does its job. I tried to call out about the bad sectioning here. I was only using my computer screen as my mirror, but I had to mention that because later on you will see that it was initially under the impression that it would create a different type of volume on my hair, and that will make it pretty obvious that I did it incorrectly. But later on, you guys, you judge on how amazing this hair, magic wand did its job. Because after I figured out, there you go, with a hair clip and just a little bit of brushing here and there. See, it is still straight, right? So I was talking about the bumps on the top, because if you did it incorrectly, if the partition of your hair is not right, then it will be very obvious, and it's very hard for you to put it back in how it originally is supposed to be. But look at it, guys, it does not really matter where you start, basically. It's just really amazing. I did see some parts that might still need a little bit of gliding, but it doesn't have to be perfect. We have to be extra careful and still care for our damage hair. Now this time I was, trying to do a curl, and I must admit it can be a bit awkward because it had been some time since I've done this with a flat iron. I mean, curling in general. I haven't really curled my hair for quite some time. But yeah, I was actually surprised I was able to do it still, and I don't know what I got, but it turned out beautifully. Now, for this part, I was, trying to do a crazy attempt, not really to curl it perfectly, but just to do any type of curl. Because what I wanted to try is to see if this hair iron is good enough that it will be able to straighten out a newly curled hair. I know that can be quite damaging to your hair, but again, I was just trying to test this out because some hair irons just cannot do that. Once you got it curled, then yeah, it's just not really ideal. It just won't straighten it. But yeah, check it out, guys. And I'm using the lowest heat setting here, I believe, because again, I've been running the hair iron several times running this part, so we don't want to damage it even more than what we're doing. But this time, yeah, another crazy attempt. You try to mimic what I just did on the left side to see if they would match. And yeah, and I'm trying to check out if you can actually hold the outer portions. It had cooled down just a little bit because of the lower heat setting, but again, of course, precaution is just don't use your bare hands, guys. I mean, use some gloves, especially if you're new into using, heating tools for your hair. So now let's talk about the Conair Rainbow Titanium Flat Irons claims and features. You may actually just pause this video, guys, if you want to read through it. And yes, I am aware of the typo on the word plays with the number 3. I'm so sorry for that, but hey, I know you can still understand it, right? So let's now move forward to the happy points. I've been saying that it is indeed very much lightweight, so it is definitely portable and it's thin, right? So it's really easy to carry around. It is really affordable as well, considering that this is one of the raved about hair irons here in the US. I got it for about 1,500 here in Shopee, so you can just look it up, guys, if you want to. It is definitely, beautiful aesthetically, because I've never seen any other hair irons like this with rainbow floating plates. It does heat up fast and it gives your hair a sleek look, contrary to those hair irons that still gives a volume. So if you're into that kind of end result, that this might work for you. Otherwise, you can definitely just curl it to get that volumizing look. Other than that, I did try using this with thicker strands of hair, and it still does a great job. So it is really worth the hype, guys. And of course, it makes straightening fast, easily curls with its swivel cord, and is really friendly, not bad as I've mentioned for its price. And it can actually be used for kinky hair. Now I haven't really tried it on mine because I don't have such hair type, but you can look it up on YouTube and you can see them using this kind of hair tool, and it did work for them. And yes, it can definitely be used for hair rebonding if you should ask me. Now again, moving along on the set points, yes, it's made out of plastic in some portions, and that makes the material feels a bit cheap. As I've mentioned, the main downside is that it bites your hair and it's not wide enough, but yeah, it still did its job. It's not too expensive, but in my opinion, we can still buy as well other more heavy duty hair iron for the price, or maybe even cheaper than this. But overall, guys, this is definitely a good buy. It is definitely worth the hype and worth your money if you want to go for it. I love it. I thank you all so much, guys, for watching till the end of this video. I hope that it helped you a lot, and please do consider subscribing, liking, hitting that notification bell, leave your comments down below, and share this video away. I do have a lot more other unboxing and review videos in store for you in the future, so please do check them out, and do remember that you are loved.